World first transgender Elden Lord. Ranks bosses. You scared? Don't be scared. Don't worry. I'll take care of you. Okay. So we're gonna have to change the list a little bit here, okay? We're gonna have a filler tier for bosses that I just don't think deserve to be like ranked or anything. Okay, this music is way too hype. I'm sorry. 1 second. Okay. Relax. Relax. Battle Mage Huggies. Filler. Beast of Fire Missoula. Filler. Bell-bearing Hunter. Okay, this one is a real boss. This is a good question. Where does this guy go? Where does this guy go? Bell-bearing Hunter. I think these are pretty tough, challenging bosses. I think the moveset is pretty... I think these are pretty good bosses. I might even put them as high as A. I think they're good bosses. I think they're interesting enough. They're okay. They're challenging enough, you know? I can make myself even bigger. Whoa, I'm even larger. An even larger Aoife has hit the screen. They're pretty good. I might put them in either top of B or low A. I'm undecided. I like them, you know? I think the gimmick with the space sword or whatever, the floating sword, is pretty cool. They have good openings. They're challenging. They're pretty good. I like them. I think they're good. They're a little bit overused. They're a little bit overused, but I won't let overusing detract from my opinion of a boss, probably, in this game. If it's overused, I'll just say it's overused, but I won't actually... I might factor it in. I might take some points off, but yeah, Queen Rock Knight, no. Cemetery Shade, filler. Commander, Nile. That's okay. Let me just get these filler ones out of the way. Black Blade Kindred. I'm not even gonna count this, it's just filler. Oh my god, not the molesters. I'll keep those as a boss fight. I do remember that boss fight, Wormface filler. Is it filler? It's probably filler. Elmer the Briar. I think I'm gonna put him in high B tier. Not A tier. Think high B tier for him. The Freezing Dragon. It's just a dragon. It's just a fucking dragon. That's all. And they're all the fucking same. And they're not even good fights. They're all bad fights. D. It's a bad fight. It sucks. This guy has like one attack new, which is like the little frost mist. Whatever. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's meaningless. Points because he's cool and he's a frost dragon, and I think frost dragons are cool. But that's about it. Sucks otherwise. Nile, this is a good boss. I actually like this. Although, are we factoring in the two dudes at the start of the fight? Because the two dudes at the start of the fight, I didn't have trouble with them when I did it. I just fucking weapon arted them. I didn't give a fuck. I just said, fuck these guys. And I just killed them in like 2 hits. However... Oh, I must have changed the ranking back. You're right. However... As far as I can tell, everyone thinks that this fight is ruined by the two dudes at the start. And those enemies fucking suck. So I'm inclined to agree. However, if you don't include those two enemies, I actually think he's a pretty good boss. I think he's pretty fun. He's got cool spectacle. He's not that hard and stuff. But attacks are pretty fair, easy to dodge. I'd say he's like a B tier boss. I'll give him B tier above Elmer. Just because... But I won't let him go higher because of the two dudes at the start. And I think if I really factored them in, he'd be lower. But he's okay. He's fine. Black Knife Assassins. I actually... Hot take, maybe. I actually really like these fights. Actually really like these guys. I think they're A tier. They're like one of my favorite enemies to fight. Especially when the damage they do is like... actually reasonable. They're very challenging fights. They're really good. I like these fights a lot. Actually. I really like them. As long as they're not like too low damage to make a difference or whatever. I think they're fun. I think they're very fun. Personally. This guy, D tier. It's just two groups of dudes gank you, and then you kill them afterwards. Terrible. Maybe even F tier. Possibly F tier. Crucible Knight. I kind of fuck with the first Crucible Knight fight. You know the Evergal one? I actually think that's a pretty fun fight. I think it's fun. It's satisfying. Although his teal swings in phase 2 are kind of annoying. I think that was a Vosh take, and I agree with it actually. His teal swings are kind of irritating in phase 2. I kind of like the Crucible Knight. I think he's fun. I think he's a good fight. I enjoyed him. Another dragon. They can all just go in D tier. D for dragon tier. He did lag switch me. The Demi-Human Queen, it's just whatever. It is what it is. Dragonkin Soldier. I kind of like this guy as well. He's okay. Although his hitbox is really fucking janky. And you just keep trying... You try to swing on him and you miss way too often. But he's okay. I don't think there's anything like the super stands out about him as a boss. He's like the definition of like mid, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's like the definition of mid, I guess. In fact, I'm going to put the Demi-Human Queen in below mid. And I'm going to put this guy into C. I think this feels better to me. Erdtree Avatar, they're okay. They're like, no, I'll put them in C. And I'll put the Dragonkin Soldier above them. You know? This is what Just Chatting is. Okay? This guy's filler. The Watchdogs, man. Fuck these cats. They're not even... They're literally not dogs. They're literally cats. They're ass. They have 2 fucking attacks. 3 attacks, even. They have the spin. They have this. And they have... Or they breathe fire. Or... Oh no, they have 4 attacks. Or they have... Trash. Trash. Terrible. Awful. When they gank you... Terrible. Dumb. Worthless. This one goes in F tier for the arena. I'm counting this as the one in the... I'm gonna count this as the one that you fight indoors. Even though I think the picture here is referring to the one that you fight outside that isn't full grown. If we're talking about the indoor one in the Kayla dungeon, F tier. Terrible. Arena's too small for it. Awful. Terrible. Worst boss ever. I hate it. Arena's too small. The arena is too small. I'm going to count these as a boss, and then I'm going to give them F tier. Because why are these a boss? Why? They're just 2 dudes. They're literally just 2 guys at the same time. But they put this... Like... If you go to the what is it? The Lindell Sewers? In this game, there's a single corridor in the sewers that has this boss twice over. And it's just not even a boss, it's just an area. And it has 4 of this guy. 5 if you open the other shortcut. It's like 5 of this one guy. And the boss fight is 2 of them? Make it make sense, Elden Ring. Prestigisax, he has spectacle points, but that's about it. I don't know. He's whatever. I don't know. He's okay, but most of it's just spectacle. Don't know what to tell you. Honestly. He's cool. Maybe he's he's okay. He's definitely better than fucking Nile. And Elmer. Yeah, okay, I'll put him up here, and I'll put... You know what? I'm gonna do this. He's just, like, okay, though. I just don't think any of these bosses really deserve to be up here. Like, maybe Black Knife Assassin is, like, the only one? Maybe this guy goes down to C? But the Avatar should go down as well. Maybe we do add E tier. This is better. This is better. This is better. Utter fucking garbage. This can go down. This can go down. Is the Demi-Human Queen really better than Commander O'Neill? D. Dragons. Okay, I like this. I like this more. This, you know what? This feels good. It feels good. Elden Beast. I'll come back to this one, okay? Thea's Champions. Utter fucking garbage. Fire Giant. It's okay. It's fine. We don't need any comment, right? On Thea's Champions, why it's trash. It's just bad. It's just 5 NPCs, and that's it. No explanation needed. We'll come back to this guy. Dragon, he goes in the dragon tier. Actually, maybe I just make a tier below. And we just call this one Dragons. I like it. We're just adding more tiers, more and more tiers. Full-grown Falling Star Beast. It's like a fire giant fight for me, you know? He has that one move, which really annoys me, actually, where he fucking does like a pew, pew, boom. And that one got me so fucking mad. That one move, tilting. Absolutely tilting. The timing on it just feels all sorts of wrong. But otherwise, fighting this guy outdoors is... No, that's the other, this one. This one is utter fucking garbage. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I got him. I got him down here. The open arena makes the fight... I'll talk about Fire Giant more in a second, actually. I never talked about him. The open arena for the full-grown Falling Star Beast helps a lot with the fight, I think. It's just a lot easier to dodge most of his moves. Yeah, it helps a lot. And having Torrent is nice as well, though not super useful. It's an okay fight, honestly. I didn't hate it that much when I did it. I didn't despise the fight. It's fine. He has a cool laser beam. He has a lot of openings. But that one move fucking sucks, honestly. That one attack, I hated that one. Another dragon. We'll come back to that guy. Actually, are we gonna come back to that? Yeah, we'll do the remembrance ones or whatever last, you know? Okay. Godskin Apostle. I don't like this fight for a couple reasons. I don't like this guy for quite a few reasons. Reason number one that I don't like him is he has one attack, and I'll demonstrate for you, chat. I'll demonstrate what he does with that attack, okay? Let me go grab my... Just kidding. But he goes like this, okay? He like winds up and he pulls his sword back like this behind him or some shit. His little sickle, okay? And once he pulls it back like this, same animation. There's two moves he can do, okay? He can go into like a thing where he spins it, okay? Or, from the exact same animation, he can go into a swing, downward slam. Same animation. The problem is, in order to dodge the one, okay? In order to dodge that move, you gotta roll backwards from the boss. You gotta roll away from him. In order to dodge the three-hit combo like that, if you roll backwards, he's gonna roll catch you on the second horizontal slash. So he has two moves with the same animation, but one wants you to roll backwards and one wants you to roll forwards. And I think that is really cringe. I think that's super cringe, in fact. I think that is mega cringe. The input reading fireballs, they've been since nerfed, I noticed. They nerfed them. But unforgivable. Unforgivable. Input read fireballs. His fucking fire tornado. Not a huge fan of that one either. You just kind of stand and stare at him while he plays single player. Other than that, he's not so bad. I beat him like stupid underleveled. So he's not so bad, but I don't like him. Honestly. I don't like this fight. Not nearly the same as like Black Knife Assassin for me, where they're kind of like just strong guys that you know, they're not necessarily like technically boss tier, but like you could consider both of them kind of filler, but I don't like him. I just don't like him. Godskin Noble. I don't like this fight either. At all. In fact, I like it way less than I like the Apostle. Bro is just... His rolly attack is stupid. The fact that the way to beat him is just stand behind a pillar while he rolls at you is stupid. Noble causing to... Yeah, he has a couple combos with his fucking rapier where he has like poke. And that's fine, okay? I get it. That's how a rapier... Maybe that's how someone using a rapier would actually attack. However, it's cringe, okay? Some of his attacks require you to, like, fucking press the dodge button instantly, and some of his attacks require you to have like an unreasonable amount of patience to dodge them. It's not fun. I don't like a fight where I just have to sit there and like get hit by this guy repeatedly until I eventually figure out which slight tell in his posture that he's going to poke with means which poke is coming. I don't want to do that. I like fights where I can dodge with like a bit of intuition and where the boss's movement makes sense with like their windups. But a guy going like that's who does that? No one. No one does that, and I think it's stupid. And for the rolly attack, oh, and he's going down to F tier actually, for one reason only, and that is his phase 2, his belly flop move. Bro, that shit comes out with no warning. Fucking no warning, stuns you, turns the fight from, okay, I'm doing fine, into he's about to fucking bang me like this, and now I'm if I don't time this roll perfectly, I'm fucking dead. Terrible. That move, he was already D tier, that move takes him to F tier. Okay. Godskin Duo, it's just awful. It takes everything bad about the Godskin Apostle, it takes everything bad about the Godskin Noble, and much how Potara fusion in Dragon Ball Z works, as opposed to the fusion dance, it's less additive power, and it's more multiplicative. And so you take all of the shit from Godskin Apostle, and you take all of the shit from Noble, and you times them by each other. And it's just so much shittier than either on its own. What a terrible fight. The other thing too is, one thing that this fight has going for it, as opposed to the gargoyles, that I noticed in the fight is the other dude doesn't do very much during the fight, which is good, I would say. For example, if the Godskin Noble is attacking you, the Apostle kind of just vibes. He doesn't do much. He just kind of chills and doesn't really hit you. He might throw a couple fireballs, but for the most part, he leaves you alone. And that makes it significantly better, but it's still shit. It's still just a bad fight. It's just two dudes. It's two bosses that were individually designed, and they got put into the same boss arena. It just doesn't make sense. It's bad. It's terrible. It's awful. What have we got here? Grafted Scion. I kind of like this fight. I think this fight is okay. I think it's good. I don't know if it's A tier. It goes up here, I think. I am going to demote Crucible Knight, I think, down here to C tier. It's okay. I don't mind this fight, actually. Oh yeah, true. They also fucking respawn. Yeah, no. True. They respawn. What a joke. Okay. I actually kind of like the Scion. I think it's okay. I think the design is pretty good. Maybe even A tier? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like we haven't gotten to any of the good bosses yet. There are bosses that will hit up here. Not many, but there will be bosses that go up here. But you need to go. Have a nice night. Okay. Let me go through a couple more. Mimic tier. It's not. It's filler. Loretta. I like Loretta as a fight a lot, actually. I actually do like Loretta. A tier, maybe? Top of A tier? She's not really an S tier for me, you know? She's not really like a fucking Sister Freed fight. For me, personally. But I like her. I think she's fun. She's pretty fair. I honestly enjoyed this fight. One of the more enjoyable ones. Her attack timings are not terrible, like they're not ridiculous. She doesn't spam too hard. And even when she does spam her magic is actually kind of one of her weaker attacks. So it doesn't feel unfair when she spams on you. Because it's really not like her hardest to dodge attacks are not really the little 4 homing missiles. Those are actually very easy to dodge. So I like it. I think she's top of A tier, but I wouldn't give her S tier for sure. But she's good. And her arrow is cool as fuck, actually. Everything about her is cool. I think she's cool as hell. Moog the Omen and Moog Lord of Blood. Do I want to rank both of them? Not really, to be honest. I'd rather not rank both. Magma Worm. It's fine. It's okay. It's like the definition of an okay fight. You know? It's like up there with fucking Falling Star Beast. It's fine. It's not like... I'm not going crazy about it. I'm not like, oh my god, Magma Worm. Now this is a boss fight. It's okay. It's B tier. It's mid tier. It's definitively mid. But it's not bad. It's actually one of the more enjoyable monster bosses, I think. It's probably more fun than the Falling Star Beast, to be honest. It's probably more. It's definitely more fun than the Briars, I think, as well, and probably less fun than the Scion. And Prestigious probably better. You don't think anyone is that excited? No one is excited about it, but at the same time, like, it's not bad. I think the one in the volcano fucking sucks ass, but if we just don't count that one, it's honestly fine. Like, it's honestly a fine fight, you know? Not winning any awards, though. Do we have most of them? Knights Cavalry. Again, it's like, okay. I guess. They're fine. They're just like a significantly shittier Loretta, usually. They have varieties of movesets and stuff. They're okay. I think of the horse fights, they're the weakest one, which is why I will give them C tier. Because the other horses are more interesting fights, in my opinion. Oh yeah, you can actually, true. You can knock them off the horse. That is interesting. But I just think Loretta and then the dragon, the tree sentinel ones, are a bit more interesting. Do they even have the other tree sentinel in here? Did I throw it into the wrong thing? Give me a second. Also, why is this soundtrack so ass? Where's the actual music? Okay. This is a bit much. Do we have any good music? I don't want to listen to this soundtrack. I mean, we were listening to this soundtrack for 30 minutes and it was terrible. Whatever. Back to lo-fi. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care about doing this tier list either. I'm gonna be real with you right now, chat. I don't actually care for this tier list one bit. My heart's not in it. Whatsoever. My heart's not in it, chat, but we're gonna finish it anyway. Because I'm not a quitter. You liked me ranting about it? Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna finish it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm finishing it. No, don't you worry. Don't worry. Oh, yeah. Let me just put this up on screen or whatever. I'm just transferring over or whatever. But I don't want to fill this tier up immediately. Knights Cavalry times 10. That's so funny. We're pretty much caught up. Well, if we get to something that I already ranked, I think now I had him in B tier as well. B tier is a little crowded right now. Gonna be real. Abductor Virgins. This is the two molesters at once. This is the fight you do when you get kidnapped to go to Volcano Manor early. This is the Stormveil. This is when you get kidnapped in Stormveil to go to Volcano Manor very early. This is the boss you fight. This boss fucking blows. This is ass. These enemies are annoying as fuck on their own. To get them at the same time, it just becomes a game of just running in a circle around the fucking arena, waiting for their attacks to sync up so that you can get a hit on one of them. Another duo boss fight in this game where all they did was just take two dudes that normally appear in separate fucking areas and just put them in the same fucking boss room and called it a boss fight. Just a classic move. Just a classic move. Black Knight Assassin, A tier. A tier. Cemetery Shade, not even a real boss. Not a real boss. Apparently Patches tries to trick you to go into them. That sounds like a thing he would do, for sure. 100%. Beast of Fire is not a real boss. Blackbeard Kindred. This guy's not. He's just a Bloodhound Knight. I'll rank this one. Actually, I will rank this one as a fight. Commander O'Neill, I think I had him in F tier. Bro, this guy's ass. He just summons dudes. That's it. The fight is just run around on... I guess it's not awful, because you just ride around on the horse and kill them. Maybe it's not F tier. It's not as bad as Godskin Duo. It's not as bad as... Oh, Leonine Misbegotten. Okay, this guy, perhaps a hot take. Actually, hot take on Leonine Misbegotten. This is the guy I wanted to rate, okay? This dude is actually not that bad of a fight. They have a really horrible horrible tendency to just stick this guy in a boss arena with another boss at the same time. But on his own, he's a pretty fine, very early game boss fight that turns into like a regular enemy at the very, very late game. I'm not entirely against the idea, by the way, of a boss that just becomes a regular late game enemy. I'm not like, you know, I'm not dying on the hill that that's never acceptable. I think that is actually okay sometimes. And this guy is very clearly like designed to be a boss first. Dark Souls 1 did the Macabre Demon? Yeah, true. This guy is clearly designed to be boss first, regular enemy second. Because even when you find him in the late game as just a regular dude, you only ever find one of him at a time. You never ever find like fucking, like what's the one guy down here? I never remember who his fucking name is. But the, I don't even remember his name. But there's that one guy you fight who's like he's a boss fight, and then you just find 7 of him in the same area late game. It's just a regular guy. He's just a regular enemy late game, you know? He fights like Gil's first phase. True, he actually does, and I actually like him. I actually like this boss fight. I think it's one of the better ones. It's a little bit easy once you get like, you know, like you out-level it very quickly. But I actually think it's a pretty fun boss fight. He has like a pretty okay moveset and everything. Like he's fine. You know? I actually kind of like this fight. The one with where you fight for the fucking Game of Thrones sword as well is cool. I think it's an okay fight. It's just a little bit easy, but early game it's interesting enough, and it's not bad at all. And his moves are pretty fair. Maybe a hot take. I think he's an okay fight for sure. Although, now that I think about it, the problem with this list is that these are the types of bosses that are getting matched up against shit like fucking. If you think of it like this guy in terms of difficulty is like equivalent to Vort in Dark Souls 3. And then you ask yourself like what's more deserving of A tier? Vort or Leonine Misbegotten? And then you realize, oh, right. You know? Right. Yeah, the early game bosses in these games used to be shit like that. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then he goes down to B tier. Or you compare him to like fucking... What's the first beast you fight in Bloodborne? I don't even remember its name. Bloodborne's first boss fight is fucking crazy, by the way. That first beast in Bloodborne? The big giant guy with the fucking big smacky stick? Whatever, the big arm? I think he just has one big arm. Guy's fucking crazy. That's the first boss? It's the first fucking boss. Insane. Absurd. Yeah, no, I just can't. For that reason, when I think of him compared to other like early game bosses in these games, he's not it. He's not him anymore. And I can't put him above fucking Placiduous Axe. Obviously. He can't go above fucking Placiduous Axe. Cleric Beast? Yeah, Cleric Beast compared to this guy as an early game boss, or Vort compared to this guy as an early game boss. You know? Or the fucking Pursuer? The fucking Pursuer versus this guy as an early game boss? No. No shot. No shot. I will count the Bloodhound Knight guy that you fight, even though these are just kind of regular dudes as well. They're like B tier as well. A lot of these are just fine enemies. It's just like, they're not really boss fight worthy. There's like a big problem with Elden Ring. So many of these enemies are like fine, but they're not really like boss fight worthy at all. Like these guys don't feel like boss fights, you know? At all. They just don't. They're just like dudes, pretty much. And they're fine, like they're challenging enemies, and they're actually pretty interesting enemies. But like, why are they boss fights? Why am I comparing like this guy? Why am I comparing these two in the same tier list? As fucking, like why is this guy, why is the Red Wolf of Radagon on a tier list that like would also, for like Dark Souls, would have fucking Sif on it, Grit Wolf Sif. You know? And unironically, they appear at like the same fucking time in the game. Like literally the same distance into the game, the same difficulty level. You have fucking Great Wolf Sif, and you have the Red Wolf of Radagon. And it's like, damn, we really downgraded this game. Like, we really fucking downgraded. I don't even want to put these on the boss tier list anymore. I like them as enemies, but I'm gonna put them down into filler. I'm sorry. I can't even, in good conscience. I actually like... I think they're... I'll talk about the enemies before I put them in filler if they're noteworthy. But otherwise, they've got to go in filler. You know? I like now. Now it's good. Worm is good as well. They gotta go in filler. I'm sorry, but this guy filler. The Black Knife Ringleader. Like I said, I actually really, really like the Black Knife Ringleaders. I really like or just the Black Knife fights in general. But then I think of it and I'm like, can they really be boss fights? Can they really be boss fights? Like, really, really? Are these really bosses? I don't know. I don't feel like it, you know? I just don't think so. I'll keep him up here just because I like him so much. But yeah. I like these guys. I like these fights, but can it really be a boss fight? Not really. I guess. Ancient Dragon Lanisax. I think this is the one you fight in Atlas Plateau. I think. It's okay. I think it's definitely not going into the dragon tier. I like it. I like this idea. Filler but bad. Hold on. We're adding so many fucking tiers here. And we can get rid of the dragon tiers. I'm gonna get rid of the dragon tier here. And they're all gonna go into bad filler tier, okay? We're gonna delete dragon tier. Why is there more than one of this boss? This guy's gonna go in here. Fucking Godfroy is going in here. Why? 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 Why is this guy a boss? Why? For what reason? Don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Same with Royal Knight Loretta. Why? Why? Why this just the same boss twice? Why? It's just the same, it's just a weaker version of the it's stupid. I don't like it. I don't like just doing the same boss multiple times. Fucking Godfroy. Fucking Goldfroy. Pissfroy can go in there. Don't like him. Like, why? There's really, it's like really no reason. You know? Yeah, no, I agree. This guy is ass. I think this guy is the worst offender. I agree. And I think Godfrey is Pissfree is fine. One thing that I kind of like about Pissfree is that by the time you actually get to the Horaloo fight, you actually already know how to beat Phase 1 going into it. It's kind of the same with Moog, but I still think the fight would just be better if they were just one boss or two separate bosses and they weren't just fight 50% of the boss once and then come back and fight the same boss, but now they have their Phase 2 unlocked. I don't like it, especially because I think a better example of this, I haven't played Sekiro. I should play Sekiro soon, actually. Maybe next I'll play Sekiro as my next game. Is, I forget the guy's name, but he's one of the villains. Does anyone in chat know? He's like the first boss you fight, or whatever, in Sekiro. I don't remember his name. He's like the first boss, then he's like the mid boss, and then he's the first phase of the final boss. You fight him 3 times. I don't remember his name though. Genichiro? I think it's Genichiro. Sorry. I think that's a much better way to have you fight the same boss multiple times. Is like, you fight them once, and they're like, yeah, like you fight him once and he's designed to beat you, and then you fight him a second time and you beat him, and then you fight him a third time and he's like just a shell of him former self. Like there's actually narrative implications to you fighting this guy more than once. Like it's the same with Margit. That's why I'm not going to put Margit in this tier. Because there's actually, like, narrative meaning to the reason why you only fight this boss. Like, at, like, weak, and then power. Like, there's actual meaning to it. There's no meaning to, like, the Moog one, really, in my opinion. There's, like, no real meaning to this. There's no meaning to the Loretta fight. There's no narrative purpose for it. There's no meaning to fucking Godfrey. There's no real meaning to fucking Godfrey. Like, narratively, they don't take any advantage of this. And they know how to do it. It's the problem. They actually know how to do, like, it's the same fucking company. It's the same people. It's the same developers. They know how to do, like, you fight a boss, then they leave, and then you fight them again. They know how to do it, but they don't do it. It's crazy. Putrid Avatar, I just think it's like it's just the Erdtree Avatar, but like slightly worse. They can just sit right beside each other. Lanisax, I think I was saying it's okay. I think it's definitely not fucking dragon. It's definitely not a fucking dragon. It's definitely better than every other dragon. But like Fortisax is just kind of better. You know? Her brother is better than her. I'm sorry. He's just a more interesting version of the same fight. And I don't even like Fortisax that much either. You know? This fight is okay. Maybe it's like, it's probably up there. It's probably as fine as Falling Star Beast, to be honest. It's probably the same as Falling Star Beast, probably. I just feel like B tier is, you know, a little, you know? Whatever. Okay. Estelle. He gets points for aesthetics. And that's pretty much it, actually. He just gets points for aesthetics. That's about it, yeah. He's fine. He's okay. He's definitely no fucking demi-human queen. He's definitely no Godskin Apollo. He's probably B tier as well. I want to put demi-human queen into, like... No, demi-human's fine. It's really a fine fight. It's not D tier. It's fine. Maybe these just go up, is the thing. Maybe these go up to, like, C tier. And we don't need this many tiers, maybe? I don't know. Like, maybe we just move everything up one tier. I just feel like Estelle and Prestigisax are, like, pretty similar, but Prestigisax is just way better for the same thing, you know? They have the same kind of, like, gravitas to them. But I just think the Prestigisax fight is just better than Estelle is. But I don't know if... Estelle doesn't feel like a C tier fight to me either. But Prestigisax doesn't feel like an A tier fight. Maybe I'll put him in A tier. Reluctantly. Just because I know he's better than Estelle. Yeah, this is fine, I guess. Wait, there are 10 of this? What the fuck? Elden Hunter. Filler, but good. Blackbeard, Kindred. Filler. I honestly think that they're fine. Carrion Knight? I don't even remember this dude. Fucking badass filler. Filler but bad. Filler but bad. Filler and terrible. Why? Why? Like, why? Crucible Knight Duo? Man, this fight is fucking... I'm putting this on the actual list. This fight is fucking ass. Fuck the Crucible Knight Duo. Fuck this fight. It's just a fucking gank fight. Have you seen the way Crucible... When you start to... Crucible Knights input read your flask charges? Fuck the Crucible Knights, dude. Fuck the two of them. This one is fine. It's not nearly as good as the actual Crucible Knight fight. Because it's just, at this point, you fought 100 of them. You know? At least with the first Crucible Knight you fight, it's the first time doing it. You know? Elden Ring has 165 bosses, but only 2 when you go by not reused once. No, that's not right. No. No, no, no. No, that's not true. There's way more than 2. There's way more than 2. That's not right. You're wrong. You're lying. You're lying! There's at least Rykard. Yeah, I agree. It's like 10. There's Rykard, Millennia, final boss, or Elden Beast or final. I'm just gonna count it as one boss fight. So that's 3. Rykard, Millennia, final boss. Reused. Oh, Prestigisax, 4. Reused, 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 reused. Not really reused. So now 5. Reused, 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 reused. I just don't know if I can really count. I'll count them as what? I don't know. Maybe I just take them off the list. Maybe they are kind of reused, but they're different fights. It's like maybe 6, maybe 5.5. Reused, 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 reused. Can I really call Fia's Champion a unique boss fight? No, I'm not gonna do that. Reused, 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 reused. Wait, we have 5. Draconic Tree Sentinel reused. Gideon, 6. Lich Dragon, 7. Okay. Malakath has the Beast Corpsman, so that's reused. Fire Giant, 8. Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad. Renala, 9. Radon, 10. Stone Digger Troll. No, there's 2 Stone Digger Trolls. Never mind. 10. Would there? Oh no, there actually are only 10. Oh no. There's only 10 unreused fucking bosses. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. That's insane. Damn. Okay. Anyway. Crucible Knight. I like this fight. Honestly, where'd I put him? I dropped him accidentally. Oh, fuck. Chat, I fucking dropped him. I'm never gonna find him ever again. Here he is. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I like this fight a lot. I like him. I think he's good. I think he's a good fight. Good one. Why is there more than one of this fucking boss? Why does this boss even in the fucking game? Deathbird can go filler, but okay. I don't really love the fight, but it's okay, I think. Demi-human, filler but bad. Draconic Tree Sentinel. I actually like this boss. Perhaps hot take? I like Draconic Tree Sentinel. I think this could have pretty easily been a very good boss. In another game that wasn't Elden Ring. I think this would have been a good boss. I like him as the guard to Linda. I think he's a good challenge for that part of the game at that level and stuff. His damage numbers are good. His health is good. His moveset is pretty fun. His attacks are satisfying, and they're nice to dodge. His fireball spam is a little bit cringe, and his he has one attack where he does like a lightning thing, but he kind of just calls it done on you. The timing to dodge it is very counterintuitive, but I don't think it totally ruins the fight or anything. I think he's good. I think he's like bottom of A tier. I like him more than the Briar Knights, personally. I think he's better than the Briar Knights. Dragon King Soldier. Why is there more than one of this boss? Filler but bad. Filler but bad. Why is there more than one of this boss? Filler but bad. Gideon. Bro, Gideon is ass. I'm so sorry. Gideon is such an ass boss. Bro just fucking spams on you. It's terrible. Maybe F tier. He sucks. Usually you just fucking kill him as well. Like, you just beat his ass until he dies. You know? I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't know if he's utter fucking garbage tier. Maybe Godskin Duo can go in. I honestly, actually though, redoing Godskin Duo, I actually don't know if I'd put it in utter fucking garbage tier. I feel like I have a couple that would go into utter garbage tier, but I don't think it's... the fact that the Godskin Duo, they don't gank you that hard, I don't think it's that terrible, but it's definitely F tier, for sure. Archery Bar Watchdog, I'll put him in D, I think. I don't want that fight either. Maybe it's F as well. No, it's fine. It's not as bad as fucking Godskin Duo or the Falling Star Beast in the fucking tiny little room. That is true, I had a lot of Godskin Duo just didn't feel that horrible to me. But still, I don't like that the design of the fight is to just stand on the pillar while the guy rolls at you. And I don't like that they don't really synergize at all. And you can tell that they don't have any synergy in their attack patterns by the fact that they never even participate in any, like, combo moves or anything. And God, man, Elden Ring just fucking... Their duo bosses in Elden Ring are just so bad. They're so bad. Godric, we'll come back to him. Grafted Scion, I think I had this, like, B tier. I think I like Grafted Scion. Probably more than these guys as well. This would have been this is a good first boss, like the little opening one. This is a good one. I actually like this guy. I think he's a good challenge, but he's also kind of beatable. He's like Stray Demon, but like way better. I think he's definitely good. Horlu, Godric, Grit Worm. Is this just another Magma Worm? I'm just gonna leave this one, or whatever. Why is there more than one of this guy? Kindred Rot Duo, filler but bad. Guardian Golem, filler but bad. Mad Pumpkinhead, filler but good. I actually kind of like the Pumpkinheads. Even the duo Pumpkinhead fight is pretty ass, but it's one of those bosses that is not so difficult that the duo fight is impossible. And Pumpkinheads are fun, you know? The pumpkin fuckers. Why is there more than one of this guy? I'll just put them in filler but good, actually, for the Magma Worms. No, they can just stay off the list or whatever. They can just go, why is there more than one of them, actually? Okay. Linnea, Margit, Miranda. Why? Why? Why does this boss exist? Why is the plant a boss? Misbegotten Crusader. Wait, is this the guy with the sword? What's the difference between this Misbegotten and the other Misbegottens? What's this guy? How is this guy? Where does this guy go? What's the difference? Why is there more than one of this boss? I'll just put one of them up here and this guy down here. Ancestor, why? Why is there more than one of this boss? Yeah, I think Pumpkin Duo is very easy. But if you do it super low level, it's like... And like, the Pumpkin Duo is nerfed by the fact that they're like really not that hard of enemies at all, right? Whereas I don't like either the Godskin Apostle or the Noble as individual fights, and then putting them in the same boss room is irritating. Whereas the pumpkin guys are just whatever. Like, they're okay. They're interesting, you know? They don't take damage on their head. They have big windups. There's a couple little weapon varieties of them. 2 of them at once is whatever. Onyx Lord, why is there more than one of this guy? He's like he should just be a regular dude. He should just be a dude. Why isn't he just a regular dude? I don't understand. Why isn't he just a regular guy? There's 2 of these guys? Why? Whatever. Why? Why are these bosses? They were, but... these guys aren't even like... These are fine. I actually don't... Okay. Hot Tibia Mariner Tick. They're not even good fights at all, but they're not really like... They're not really boss fights. They're like open world mini bosses, which they're fine at being. They're like a fine open world challenge, but they're not like a boss fight, you know? But they're fine. They're fine. They're a little open world boss. Same with the Rune Bears. They're like an open world boss, in my opinion. I know this is an actual boss, by the way, but I just think of Rune Bears as like little, like some of the like little mini bosses you find in the open world, and they're fine, in my opinion. Red Wolf, why? Why is there more than one of that boss? Filler but bad. Oh, can I actually just talk about the Soldier of Godric, actually, real quick? Because I see a lot of people meme of like, oh, this is the Soldier of God, Rick, or whatever. And they like to fucking meme about this boss. And also, I've seen, was it Vosh's tier list? Someone said that this was a good first boss for the game. I think it was Vosh that said that this guy was a good first boss. This is just a fucking dude. This is not a good boss. It's not. It's not a good... It's terrible. It's not a good tutorial boss, in my opinion, either. It doesn't... It's not. It's not... It shouldn't be a fucking... It's terrible. The tutorial area sucks. You don't learn... Like, I get that I'm not even trying to be one of the, like... I'm not even trying to be one of, like, the... Oh, you gotta get good scrub, like an elitist about, like, Souls games or anything. I just think that, like, if you're playing this as your first ever Souls game ever, this guy is here because it's your first time ever touching a controller and playing this game, right? And I just think that that's lame. I don't know. I just think that that's lame. I get that some people might need to fight a dude like this who've never played the game before. But I also think, like, I don't know. Like, he's just a guy, though. Like, you leave the tutorial area and you see 7 of this dude, like, immediately. Like, he doesn't need a boss health bar or anything. I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like it. It's just something about it rubs me the wrong way, I guess. You know? Is the game telling you that 50% of the boss fights later will be like this? Actually... True. That's actually very true. It's very true. It's very true. I don't even know who this guy is. I'm sorry. I don't like Patches at all. I hate this guy. Why? Why? This guy is not a terrible... I think this is the guy you fight in the village where, what's her name is? Maybe we'll make a filler tier list afterwards, you know? The Necrons behind an illusion wall? Yeah, I've never even fought him, I think. I don't even know. Oh yeah, these assholes. Why? Why are they bosses? Wormface? I don't like it. But it is a boss, I would say. It is an actual boss. I don't like it, though. Personally. He just vomits too much. For me. Stone Digger Troll. I'm gonna rate it as if it's a boss, even though it appears more than once. And I think it's okay. It's like Last Giant, you know? But worse. And Last Giant is not a terrible boss. God, every time I look at this tier list, I just think of the other Souls games, and I'm like, man, the bosses were so much better in other Souls games. Like, look how far on the list we are, and there's, like, nothing. Like, I know I've deliberately not rated the actual bosses in the game, but, like, damn, look how many bosses are here, and none of these, to me, even really, like, I shouldn't have put Prestigious X on the list, because he's a fucking... What'd I have Runeberry again? Filler but good. I shouldn't have put Prestigious X on the list just yet, because he's an actual... Whatever. It's fine. Okay. Okay, now these are just the... Okay, now we're at the actual bosses, okay? So let's just move them all up into utter garbage tier for a second here. Just so they're within reach. You know? Just so they're actually on screen. These are the actual bosses in the game. Everything up until this point, barely a real boss. Not even a real boss, honestly. I'm gonna include Tree Sentinel. Tree Sentinel Duo, by the way, is bad. It's bad. It's just bad. I'm gonna include the Ulcerated Tree Spirits as well as real bosses. I'm gonna include Valiant Gargoyles as a real boss. Fell Twins is not a real boss. It's going to filler but bad. This is going to filler but bad as well. The Crucible Knight. Am I happy with everything that's on this list still being on the actual tier list? Is what I'm just checking here. Is there anything here that I would like to not be on a tier list? I think everything here is fine. So everything here is all filler. I feel like these bosses are like the true filler. Like, I just don't think these bosses should be in the game, personally. These ones are like, I don't think they should be in the game, generally speaking. All of these guys. Filler but bad. These are, I just don't like them. The dragons especially, I don't like them as fights. You know? These are just all kind of bad fights. Burial Watchdog, I think I have it in D tier over here. I have it on the actual list. We'll see. These might move as I start putting in the actual bosses, because I'll start comparing these to the real bosses as I place them around. So I might like go like, oh, Radon is like A tier. Wait, is Crucible Knight really in the same tier as Radon? Or something like that, you know? And I might ask a question like that. So yeah, but these are, I think everything on this list, I'm okay with it being considered a boss, basically. And everything here, it's not really a boss fight to me. But they're good. These ones are good. I actually like these fights. Especially the Black Knife Assassin and the Leonine Misbegotten. These ones, I actually like these quite a lot. Oh wait, why did I put Cemetery Shade in there? Why the fuck is there even more than one of that boss? Ass. Beast of Farmazilla, also just ass. Why is this guy here? I don't know. Oh, he's probably in the filler tier before. Ass. I think this is an okay... I just wish there was less of them. Why are there more than one of this guy? But he's fine. Whatever. We'll keep him here as much as I wish he wasn't here. Yeah, okay. These are, I would consider, good filler fights. These are bad filler fights. And these are, I wish they weren't in the game fights.